course, Neil Abercrombie made his own video after winning. He's now gotten very akamai and savvy with the internet and the social media, so that is going to be out on Facebook right now, right? Your own video of your victory.
Yes. By the way, you guys did a great job tonight. Absolutely first rate. Everything that came across on KITV was superb tonight.
Well, this is about you, Neil.
Yes, I know, but it was. I just want to let you know that.
Oh,
you guys did a terrific job.
Oh, thank you so much. But one of your first things...
I learned something is what I'm driving
One of the first things you did was make a video, right, for YouTube?
Oh, yes. Brian and I, well, that's how that's how this campaign succeeded. The world has changed, Denby. It's no longer the standard politics. There's a brand new world of internet. There's a social media. There's not just grassroots campaigning anymore. There's netroots campaigning. Everybody's their own cyber precinct chair. So this new world is what we're reaching out to. So Brian and I have already made a video for the thousands of voters and campaigners and people who are tuning in, that is to say, are online for our campaigns. So we've already got a tremendous...
That was one of your first acts after winning, correct?
Oh,
Going
yes.
to do that?
Yeah, sure, because...
And what did you say?
It's not just, no offense to you, Denby, but it's not just the folks tuning in to the analysis in KITV. It's also the folks that are Facebooking and Twittering and organizing themselves around the campaign. So that's why we did it.
And then looking back, many people are saying a key factor in this was you took a lot of heat and you took a lot of grief for stepping down from Congress.
Yes.
But how important do you feel it was in the end in giving you the edge to come through in this race?
No, that's a great question. I think it was crucial, and we knew that some criticism would come, but we also knew that if we were generally going to have a conversation with people across the state, that I literally had to do it. I couldn't talk about it. I actually had to do it, and that meant the kinds of activities we engaged in. For example, on the Big Island, so let's take West Hawaii, for example. I didn't just go to Kona, or I just didn't go to Waimea, but we went to all the little stores, all the little stops, everywhere along the line, along the road. We stood in front of the theater in rush hour, so that I literally could talk to people who were going by so slowly in their cars, and they'd say, "Can you help us with this highway problem?" That kind of thing. I listened. That went into our plan, and I think people said, we know Neil talks a lot, but he's listening to us. And so I tried to discipline myself less to lecture than to listen. And I think we also took not just a high road, but the right road by doing that.
And then also people are saying that you differentiated yourself very clearly as a Democrat, whereas some people looking at Mufi Hanneman's campaign, they weren't sure because he was reaching over to the Christian right, who traditionally do vote Republican. Do you feel that was a strong factor, too? You showed yourself very strongly to be a Democrat.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I think so, but interestingly enough, I'm sure when you analyze the votes, or when your crack team analyzes the votes in the next couple of days, they're going to see that we did well in Republican areas, and where if independents are polled, they came. They were less concerned about me. They know I'm a Democrat. I mean, that's no news to anybody. The question is could I use my credentials as a Democrat with a predominantly Democratic legislature to go in a different direction in a way that attracted people's favorable attention? They knew that they had to have somebody with that kind of leverage. I called it the Abercrombie advantage when I started. That I could reach out to the president, I could reach out to the Congress, and that I knew the legislators. I'd been a part of the legislative process. I know that Mufi critiqued me as being too much a legislator. But what I said to people was, no, that's who you need as governor now, because that's how we're going to help solve these problems. And they responded.
And the negative campaigning, that in the end, I think helped you too. That from the Hanneman side.
In that sense, again, people have complimented me, and I'm happy that they did. That we took what they call the high road, but I also it's the right road, and the right road was to stick to the message, to show people that I could run for the governorship, and that they could be comfortable and confident that I wouldn't have to get involved in that kind of politics as usual, or the standard issue politics in which people feel they're a spectator at a brawl rather than a participant in a genuine dialogue. That was my task, and I thought if I could accomplish that people would respond, and they did tonight.